the adoption of the report. Councillors, I want you to look around this room tonight. There's a lot of elderly people in here. It's pretty fair to assume that a lot of them are aged pensioners, and I can guarantee that now, in this area, we have a lot of what we call environmentalists. These people constantly refer to my landowners as rapacious land developers, speculators, people with access to people in high authority to get their lands passed. You will see that they have got plans, or at least they've said that my people have got plans to make blanket development right from the Princess Highway to the sea in Volga, right across the Arctic Valley, the whole lot. Of course, this is not nothing anything like that. These people who own this land are ordinary mums and dads. Now they're ordinary grandmums and granddads because they've had it for 40 years in some cases, sometimes more than 40 years. These are the people who bought in this land, wasn't able to use their land, and they've had to struggle to raise a family in other areas. They've been absolutely shattered by these environmental zonings. Dreams and hopes are out the window, and in some places, the consequences have been absolutely tragic. It's un-Australian to expect that these people of this sort of abuse. The environmentalists are hiding behind banners of environmentalists, and they are really not. They're anti-development, they're anti-progress, they're anti-community. They really are trying to stop everything going on here. And it's so silly because the technology is available right across Australia to have sustainable development in environmentally sensitive areas. This work is absolutely vital to get this area going, and I really do think that you should make a decision in the affirmative. It is time to cross the Rubicon.
I do apologise, those beats were nothing to do with us. We're the more subtle ones than the So disregard those beats if they occurred during the presentation. I'm sorry. Natasha.
Lord Mayor, Councillors, I speak tonight with the strength drawn from thousands of residents, community groups and environmental authorities who have battled before me and with me to maintain the high conservation status of Hacking River catchment region. Helensburgh is centred on a high sandstone plateau and rich with high rainfall, and Meeting Springs feeding our drinking water catchment to the west, and the Hacking River and the deep Oxford Valley to the east, flowing north through the Royal National Park. Gravity dictates that whatever is expelled on the plateau will make its way down into the valley, from effluent to dry topsoil. Every new development will impact negatively upon the environment. Even proposed measures such as stormwater trap ponds will fail in storm deluge, and at other times deprive bushland below of dispersed surface water. The low-pressure sewage system failed in March this year, pumping thousands of litres of raw sewage over a number of days down the Hacking River. No assurances can prevent failure and environmental disasters, hence 40 years plus of environmental zoning here. As the 250 region is wedged in between the M6 freeway and the Pacific Ocean, its wildlife corridor is a lifeline between the Royal National Park and the Illawarra escarpment. The corridor is essential for wildlife breeding, feeding and sanctuary bushfires. It is made up of dry, littoral and wet forest land, all essential to the variety of species. But any new development means massive land clearing, deliberate degrading, lights, noise, pesticides, road carnage, killer pets, weeds and fences. These photographs were taken last week. All these, just here, all these factors fragment the bushland corridor, blocking and corralling of wildlife to a certain depth. The forest must remain continuous with linking canopy and scrub below. Worst of all, it can't proceed with rezoning for new development. The next major bushfire could be no hope of recovery for our Royal National Park, the Illawarra. The only escape of routes are in the cool, wet rainforest of the valley and to the west, the state conservation area via only 2 of old Princess Highway underpasses. New development in Oxford and Helensburgh will act like a giant fire door, trapping the last of the endangered species within. So, dear councillors, will your term be the legacy of being an environmental wrecking ball due to succumbing to the pressure and lobbying of a few speculative property developers? Or will it be a legacy of saving the Royal National Park and the much-loved iconic Illawarra escarpment to the future benefit of all? Thank you.
Right, my name's Schoer. I'm the Secretary of the Southern City Branch of the National Parks Association of New South Wales, Conservation and Education Group, not the government department. But I'm here representing the total membership of NPA, which is about 4,000 people statewide. NPA has supported this policy of desirability that all natural vegetated lands in the Upper Hacking and Northern Illawarra be added ultimately to state. And we've had that policy for nearly 40 years. We've supported the 7B Environmental Protection Hacking River as one planning tool for conserving the water quality of the Hacking River prior to any acquisition of land. NPA, in fact, helped to facilitate the action by the state government to successfully bid for the N-style tall forest land for addition to Garrawara SCA, State Conservation Area, and to add the final section of the bird track to public ownership. It has also been supporting Council's efforts to encourage the New South Wales Government to purchase high conservation value lands at Madden's Plains, additions to the National Parks Estate. So we're not against landowners. We afford to transfer at market price of the maximum quantity of high conservation land to the National Parks Estate. However, where funds are not available, NPA believes that the strongest possible zonation protections for these lands should be maintained, with at least the levels of protection related to lot sizes and times of purchase that occurred prior to the development of the new LEP. NPA believes that there is an increased threat to long-term viability of the region's natural assets with the compromising of the E2 preferred zonations to E3 in several places. 7D was originally instigated to protect the Hacking River's catchment, but councillors are urged to look at Council's biodiversity policy shared with Shell Harbour and Kiama to help them understand the need for local action to protect the total Illawarra's biodiversity. Hacking right through the escarpment over Kiama. NPA's submission on this draft available principle provides the evidence on local land, upper bird rate and plant extinctions that will continue with cumulative impacts, including poor application of planning policies continue. The irony is in this debate that formal council and state government policies such as the Regional Illawarra Plan, Illawarra Escarpment Strategic Plan and the Biodiversity Strategy all point to the fine ideals of conserving this region, but the relentless, compromising of these principles through poorly considered DA for more local extensions. And are all councillors aware of Council's Sustainability Policy 2002, which commits their work in the Policy Council to protect and expand habitat for all forms of life? Other pressing reasons for councillors to insist on visions and policies that address the environmental imperative to act locally to conserve regional values include wildlife movement to and from Royal National Park, Australia's first. For example, since the large 94 bushfires, which affected 95% of Royal National Park and burnt most of the tall blackbuck forest, affecting food and habitat requirements of the greater gliders, they have not been seen since. And recolonisation for the south via wet forest corridors in the former 7B lands is the only way this species will be recolonised. Now, climate. Was that it? 3 minutes or so.